Hey everybody, it is Wednesday night. That means it is time for another episode of Craft Brewed Sports, the home of the drunkest takes on the internet. That's Mookie over there.
What up?
I'm Mike. Joe back behind the computer. Thank God, Joe. How you feeling today, man?
Good.
Good, man. Great to have you back. It was such a smoother start to the show than what we had last week, so thank you for being you, man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
We're going to get into Joe's trip this weekend. He went to Memphis, and we're going to find out all about Memphis. He got to see a Memphis Grizzlies game, and then we're going to talk some NBA All-Star game because that was a thing that happened.
Sure was.
It was actually, well, we'll talk about that. I actually enjoyed that All-Star game. It's very rare that I enjoy an All-Star game, and we finally had one that I enjoyed.
I feel like you're bearing the lead, though. Joe, did you go bow and arrow fishing or whatever the hell it was?
I did not.
Oh, shit.
Wait, you didn't go boner fishing in Memphis?
No.
That's disappointing. I thought
I
thought he definitely was going boner fishing in Memphis.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
We got
That's
some
a
ground to
bummer.
make up.
A little bit later on, 8:30, we are hopefully going to be talking to Ryan Willis, quarterback from Virginia Tech, who is getting ready for the draft. Possibly, we'll see about that. And then we're also going to talk this NFL playoff expansion and MLB because baseball is starting. It's spring training, guys. Are you guys excited? How excited are you?
You know what? I made a conscious decision last week to say, I'm excited. I'm going to lean in. I'm going to go so fanboy. My new goal is to get so baseball obnoxious that it pisses you off and you lose interest.
Yeah.
It's the only way to do it because otherwise it's just going to be insufferable months of whatever.
Of just me trying to drag you guys along into the baseball promised land.
Well, we're going to have to deal with the portion where you still think the Reds can make the playoffs.
Whoa,
So that'll be phase one.
Save that for Cincinnati style because they're getting picked to win the
boy.
division, baby. You can find out all about speaking of boner fishing, I was boner fishing as soon as that came up because Reds winning the division. Come on. We'll talk about that on Cincinnati Style this week, dropping Friday. Thank you guys for tuning in on 12 Ounce Sports and here on Facebook Live. If you are watching, please hit that retweet button. Share the show. Help us out. We've already got a bunch of shares coming through. Robert Taylor, top fan, doing the thing. Mom helping us out. Thank you, Mom. I don't even think she watches. I think she just hits share and then moves on.
Doing the job. Doing what it takes.
And Chris America helping us out. Thank you for that, man. Really appreciate it. Hit that share button. Let your friends know what's going on. Let's get into this beer that we are drinking this week. This is First Pour, brought to you by Dugout Mugs. We got the hook up for you, everybody. If you want to drink out of a bat just like we do now that it's baseball season, go to dugoutmugs.online/craft. You can get 10% off your entire order. That's dugoutmugs.online/craft. They just released a new mug today. That's the picture from the Sandlot of like all the kids hanging out. It's all etched. It's a 360-degree engraving all the way around the bat mug. It is amazing quality.
I would say that's some high-end craftsmanship right there.
So go to dugoutmugs.online/craft. Search for the Sandlot. You'll find that mug available now. It doesn't have to be beer either. You can drink coffee out of these things. It don't matter.
For all of your Father's Day needs. Just a little plug right there.
Or
Let's
Mother's
go.
Day. Baseball moms.
Isn't Mother's Day like a long way away?
No, it's before Father's Day.
Okay, all right. Well, here I am thinking I'm like ahead of the game. Love you, Mom.
This week's beer, we are drinking Juice Junior from Great Notion Brewing in Portland, Oregon. It is a 6% ABV brew. Here's what they had to say about this one. They are saying that this is a sessionable IPA, which is kind of interesting at 6%. That doesn't seem as sessionable, but whatever. No, we'll give it to them. Made from 100% mosaic hops, which gives it a smooth note of pineapple and passion fruit. It's got some really good ratings on Untappd, 4.18 caps on Untappd. Joe, you missed last week's beer. What do you think of this one?
Real good.
Yeah. That means you know it's real good.
Yeah.
Drew, what do you think?
Oh, it's delicious. I don't think it's sessionable because of the 6%. I think it's because it's delicious.
'Cause you
Drink
can
smooth.
crush this? Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
real crisp. So we're gonna need to get backup beer soon. Just throwing that out
I got
there.
some burgers upstairs.
Gotta get the job done.
This is fantastic. It is. I definitely taste the pineapple. Still don't know what passion fruit is, but I'm assuming that's what the other citrusy flavor is that I'm tasting. But man, is this one good. I like this one a lot. Juice Junior from Great Notion Brewing. You don't have to know how this one's going to hold up. It's going to be really good throughout the whole show.
Yes,
guaranteed.
sir.
Dugoutmugs.online/craft. Go hit them up. All right, let's get right into this NBA All-Star Game talk because we finally have, this is Joe's opportunity to shine. This is Joe's last week, too, everybody. Joe's going to be gone for a while.
Sad time.
He's going to be coaching lacrosse and doing big things and hopefully bringing home a state championship and just flashing that ring on the show the whole time.
Need to see it, Joe.
I'll try.
Yeah, okay. But Joe, okay, so let's start real quick. Tell us about Memphis, man. Tell us about that Grizzlies game.
The Grizzlies game was pretty good. They played Portland. Was a very good game. Ja Morant is pretty good. Pretty good.
Just like this beer. Pretty good.
That is some dynamic breakdown right there,
that
Joe.
analysis.
That's exactly what I was hoping to hear from you. What's that stadium like? Is their
it's
arena
like
pretty cool?
It's the pyramid thing, right? The FedEx Center or something?
No, it's not a pyramid.
Damn it.
Yeah, I didn't know
I'm
where
like
you
0
were
for
going.
2 tonight.
I didn't
I'm
know where
out.
you were going with that, but I was like, no.
There is a
let 'em
giant pyramid in there in Memphis, but it's for the Bass Pro. Their Bass
right.
Pro is a
No, you're
giant.
right. I forgot about
is a
that.
giant
Yeah.
pyramid.
Wait a second. Why is their Bass Pro a pyramid?
Well, it overlooks the city, so
Okay.
you can take an elevator ride up to the top and look out over the city, and it's a giant pyramid.
I mean, can't you do that in like a regular
They
building?
want to look cool. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand the significance of a pyramid.
They want to bring
in
the
Memphis.
the Vegas Luxor pyramid to Memphis. I don't know what you want. They got the mini Bourbon Street as Beale Street. There and
That's pretty legit. How drunk did you get throughout the week?
I kept a good pace. I had to keep my wits about me.
It's true. A
for
solo
Memphis.
trip.
Yeah, and just hanging out and went there. So their beer laws are a little behind the times. If you don't serve food in your brewery, you can't open until 4:30,
Oh,
Really?
Damn.
which is 5:30 here. So I was hurting a little bit.
Yeah, that's never good. So what'd you do? Did you just hit up like a different spot and then?
Well,
head to
you
the
could
brewery?
you could go to if they serve food, you could eat there. You could drink for lunch and all.
So
that
you
got
got to figure out where this food spots.
Yeah,
are.
instead of just being like, I'm gonna go to this brewery, this brewery, this brewery, but they had some good breweries there.
What was your
Nice.
favorite brewery in Memphis?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that means it was a good trip right there.
I went to a lot of them.
How many Tinder hookups?
0. I don't use Tinder.
Oh, that's
You
right.
were the
You're-
times, old
that's right.
man.
No, that's right. Joe is he's very old school. He approaches.
That's right, we
ladies
talked
in the
about that,
bar
yeah.
And he's just like,
I'm a smooth operator. Yeah,
Classy dude right here.
and I'm out.
So I do want to point out that I was right. The Memphis Grizzlies use it from 01 to 04, and the Memphis Tigers use it from 91 to 04 as a basketball arena.
the
Then
pyramid.
they moved, the
and
pyramid.
then Bass Pro Shops.
And then
moved in?
Bass Pro Shops moved in when they're like, this court sucks. We need a real arena. And that's how it got to be Bass Pro Shops. Also, it is the 10th tallest pyramid in the world.
I don't think I could have told you there were 10 pyramids in the world.
Yeah, I could.
I was thinking like 3 in Egypt and the one in Vegas, and then that one that I just saw.
Yeah, there you go. Hard-hitting geography facts, kids.
Still one of the top 10, right? Even included. Okay, so we're at number 5.
Did we cross into like educational content? Does that mean we
It
just
got a
opened up a
little-
new audience?
Yeah,
like,
well, I mean, no, we didn't really open up a new audience at all.
yeah, no one's seeing this.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk NBA All-Star Game. I was very excited about this one, and Pat chimed in on the Facebook Live feed saying that the fourth quarter was one of the most entertaining things that he's seen. The national anthem was not, and that man, Shaka Khan got grilled for that national anthem, dude. She sounded terrible, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk to you while you're eating a calzone, but
cool.
you know, it's show, whatever. It's what we got to do. Shaka
I'm just
Khan
trying stuff out here, trying to
Shaka
find my
Khan
niche.
sounded terrible, and I felt really, really bad for her because it was awful, man. She got grilled. But if you missed it, the fourth quarter, there were different rules for the All-Star Game. They're actually talking about keeping those rules into 2020. They're going
That would
to
be
keep
awesome.
it going. So the scores reset after each quarter, and then whoever won in the quarter, whoever won that quarter, there was like money that was won that was given to
Right,
charity.
yeah, I remember hearing about that.
But it didn't like reset the score. Like it wasn't like a new game each time. It was just like, all right, you won the first quarter. Here you go. So then in the fourth quarter, they did a kind of an Elam ending.
I love the Elam ending.
Elam
Love
ending
it.
is my favorite part of the basketball tournament during the summer. It is amazing, and I wish they would adopt it in regular basketball.
Mike, there's a basketball tournament in the summer?
Yeah, the basketball tournament.
Oh, okay. For those of you out there who may not know this, that I think you just breezed by and assumed everyone understood. I know ESPN's been carrying it for a while, but that is my favorite basketball to watch too. March Madness is great, but the tournament where it's a bunch of dudes playing 5-on-5.
Just like it's open registration. Like anybody can qualify.
Yeah.
And it's always like a group of guys who used to play together in college that didn't really make it in the league, and now all of a sudden they're just balling out in the tournament.
I found myself rooting for Aaron Kraft for the first time
Ooh,
ever.
I didn't.
think it was last year.
The Scarlet and Gray.
Didn't.
On the Scarlet and Gray.
I sure did not root for Aaron Kraft in that tournament. I wanted them to lose real quick.
Well, that's fair.
But anyways,
yeah.
That implements the Elam Ending, and they did it in the All-Star game where I think it was 25 points?
So Elam Ending for those is you have to get to a target score, and they pick 24.
24. Okay, so in the tournament,
Kobe.
it's in the yeah, that makes sense. In the tournament, it's a 7-point. They said it like
7. There's like when 4 minutes is left or something. When they
turn
reach
off the
4
clock.
minutes left,
team that's ahead has to score 7 more.
but the team that's behind can get to that score before them.
Right.
Again, sorry,
Nope, you're good.
The Elam Ending is amazing, but people don't know about it. They don't know about the tournament either, which blows my mind because it's some quality basketball to watch in the doldrums of summer. To get a break from baseball.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, it is so much better than watching baseball
Whoa.
during the day.
Whoa.
It really is.
Whoa.
Give me all the old school basketball players that you used to know, like all the Syracuse guys and.
Well, and again, they're playing for $2 million straight up. Winner take all. The winning team splits everything. If you lose in the finals, if you lose any point before that, you get squat.
I gotta know what sport or what sporting event is bad enough that you guys would prefer to watch baseball over it. Would you take baseball over golf?
No, I'll take golf.
Any tournament, like I'm not talking majors. I'm talking like.
I'll take golf.
Okay, all right.
I will take baseball over any golf that's not a Sunday round.
Okay.
Or a Saturday round.
I think it has to be something that. I don't
Would you
know.
take baseball over NASCAR?
Yes.
Well, I fall asleep at both, so
I had to work NASCAR races for Fox Online for like
Dude.
3-4 years. So screw NASCAR. I'm out.
I can't believe that Newman is back up and walking around and awake and like alert after that crash at the Daytona 500.
Those cars
that
are
was
high end, man. They put a. I can say shit.
yeah,
Right?
you can
I
say
forgot about
whatever.
that,
It,
yeah.
it don't matter.
I don't know why I'm censoring myself.
I
When
don't
I
know,
care.
man.
But yeah, they injured the shit out of those cars, man. Those things, like, cause what he was going like 160, 170. That thing hit the wall, T-bone, got flipped up, like skidded on its roof, and I guess he was in the hospital for like 2 days.
Yeah.
yeah, he walked out today.
Today,
He walked out.
That's. I mean, I'm
That's
happy that he did because he
unreal.
walked out with his 2 daughters too, which like really
Right.
ties the
Yeah,
heartstrings. But I mean, that shouldn't happen. Dude's going 170 miles an hour, crashes like that, like.
Who was
Thank
it
you,
that won? Like
scientists.
that's the crazy. How do you? And was it Hamlin that won?
Harvick?
Oh, was it Harvick?
He won back to back, so I think it was Denny Hamlin.
It was Hamlin.
Hamlin.
Okay,
Hamlin,
yeah, it
that's
was
what it
Hamlin.
was.
So Hamlin
3
wins
out of the last 5 too, I think, something like that.
back to back. I know he got grilled for like celebrating, and people are like, "How are you celebrating when they're setting up like guards?" And they said, "Look, I didn't even know that was happening. Like I won,
I don't.
and then I
blame him,
just
'cause
like
it was the last lap. So
Right.
I mean, we're talking probably 30 seconds to get around that entire track
Right.
or whatever it is.
Exactly. So I don't fault him for celebrating because that is one of those things that it's like you probably saw the crash, but you're not like looking over your shoulder to be like, "Hey, is everything cool back there?" Like you're trying to
Right.
finish the race,
Well,
and then
and-
it's like, "I won, great."
And again, there will be accidents that look really bad, and everyone walks away from that too.
Right.
So like he could have also seen it and been like, "Oh yeah, well he'll be fine."
But do you
And
feel-
just crazy?
Do you feel a little bad for Hamlin in this situation because he won he won back to back, and like that's not the story at all. Like everybody is focused on Newman. Like I would feel a little bad if little bit if it was me, if I won my second like back to back, I'd be like, can I get like a little love, just a little. Like he's walking out now. Like, can we talk about me now?
It's not like the purse shrunk.
Yeah, and I guess the biggest thing with NASCAR is the Daytona 500 is the biggest event.
It's Super Bowl,
So
baby.
it's Super Bowl of them, which is the first event of the year, which is why NASCAR does that. Nobody really knows, but just to kick things off. But yeah, it's the Super Bowl of NASCAR, and they have it as the first event instead of the last event. You know,
It's very strange. It's very strange that it's set up. Anyways, we've gotten way off track from the Elam Ending.
We're giving great content.
I know,
What are
it
you
is
talking
boogity
about?
boogity. Let's
It
go
is-
racing.
Hey, there we go. I love the boogity boogity boogity. I don't understand it, like where'd it come from, but
Who knows?
I'm here
man?
for it.
I think it definitely had to start like let's boot and scoot, like boot scoot boogie, and then he talked way too fast and it became boogity boogity boogity.
Because he started drinking whiskey earlier and earlier in the race day, and like by the time it got around to start, at some point, it just like, so I got.
I'm starting the show like that next week. It's gonna be a boogie, Craft Brew Sports. Here you go.
And we
let's take over. Let's take it over then. Let's just own it.
We're just gonna steal it. It's just ours
It's not
now.
like he trademarked it.
I didn't hear him call dibs.
Oh, that's true.
I did not hear any dibs, so I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Dibs,
there you go. Done.
dibs.
First.
There you go. Someone brought Girl Scout cookies into work this week, and they're like, "I got 15 boxes," and I go, "Dibs." And then people were talking like they get some. Like, no, I got dibs on all 15 boxes. Like, how do people not understand dibs?
Yeah, that's a good point. I ordered Girl Scout cookies this year. I don't know why. Because
they're amazing.
Yeah, but I'm also trying to slim down, man. I'm trying to be.
What'd you
fit.
get?
I got Thin Mints. I got some of the peanut butter chocolate ones.
Peanut butter patties.
Whatever.
The peanut butter covered with chocolate.
Yeah, peanut butter covered with
not
chocolate.
those nasty peanut butter sandwiches.
No,
there is a difference.
No,
okay.
I don't think so. I don't know. And then what's the coconut one? The
Caramel Delights
Caramel
or
Delights.
Samoas, depending on
Caramel
your
Delights.
distributor.
That's the one. My dealer had Caramel Delights.
There are two distributors in the North American region, and they have distinctly different brands, despite being the same cookie technically.
Dude, you are dropping all of the weird facts today.
Oh, I'm full of them.
Except in Colorado, where the one distributes outside the building of the other distributor.
Dude, that girl's a genius.
Oh, you mean the
selling the
dispensary?
cookies
Genius.
outside of
the
the
dispensary? Yeah.
Genius move. They shit all over that too. The Girl Scouts were like, "Nah, that's not in the spirit of why we're doing this." It's like, why?
It's to make people
It's to
happy.
make money, bro.
What's the difference? It's there or it's in front of a giant eagle.
Right, exactly. People, yeah, I think it's a great move.
So screw Giant Eagle by Kroger.
So the Elam Ending.
Sam's Club.
So the Elam Ending.
So the Elam Ending, right? Yeah.
Target.
The Team LeBron ends up they're 1 point away. Anthony Davis goes to the free throw line to shoot 2. He says he purposely missed the first shot to make it more dramatic so that his second shot hit and won the game. Do you believe Anthony Davis that really happened, or do you think this is garbage?
Garbage.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's garbage, right?
I mean, like, what is his free throw percentage?
I mean, probably not good.
I can't imagine. So that's probably what it was. And clank that. Because, again, none of those, I mean, they actually play harder than some of the other All-Star games. But for the most part, none of those dudes really want to be there.
I mean, they don't play defense. They play hard on offense.
Defense
but they
is
don't really
hard.
Play defense.
Career 85%, or this year 85% shooter.
Decent.
Maybe he was telling the truth. Also, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, whether it was
good
true
story.
or not. And, like, even if he didn't do it on purpose, like, I'll give him credit for trying to seize that narrative to, boost his brand or whatever. Cool.
Here's the better story from the All-Star game. There was 3,000 strippers that were flown into Chicago. And among the strip clubs that were there, I don't know how many there are. I think there was like 4 or 5. Each strip club had $450,000 in ones on hand each day of All-Star Game weekend. Absolutely crazy. Also, shout out to Raquel Hugs from Brazil. Thank you very much.
I was
Appreciate
wondering
that.
why Joe is Googling Portuguese.
Yeah, thank you. That's
Right on,
awesome.
man.
Appreciate that. All right, so 3,000 strippers. Are you surprised by that number being flown into Chicago?
I'm just so curious. Like, where do you order 3,000 strippers?
That's what I want to know. Like, how do you...
Amazon. Is that better? I'm evening it out a little bit.
Craigslist.
Actually, that's probably true. You just post that shit for free online, see who responds. Do strippers have a resume? Like, if you respond to a stripper job post on Craigslist, do you send, like, a video? Do you have a portfolio?
From my understanding, and this
Just
is
send
just
measurements.
hearsay. I don't know if this is
Word
the
on the
case for
street.
real. But the strippers have to pay the club to get on, so they show up.
It's like a barbershop.
Yeah, booth rental. Yeah, exactly. They have to pay, and according to the article I read, it was anywhere from $350 to $500 a night to get on stage. And then once they got on stage, they collect all of their tips. But then they also have to split that with the club too. So the club is making money as they're going up and as they're coming off the stage. It's a pretty sweet racket if you think about it. Like, that's a really great plan.
Sweet rack. I mean, good for the clubs making them independent contractors and whatnot. But
I
how
wonder
do you know all this?
It was all in the article that I read that
Okay.
mentioned $450,000 in
Definitely
ones
not on his
every
work
day.
computer, personal device.
Incognito mode.
I mean, TMZ coming up with some quality research here. I'm impressed.
Well, you talk to one stripper, and it's like,
That's
hey,
true.
we're gonna
It's
put you on
actually really not that
TMZ,
hard.
and you can just ask him as many questions as you want.
Okay, great.
I'm gonna be on TMZ. Sweet. Yeah, here's my idea. I'm doing it for the gram. But yeah, so that seems. I gotta be honest, 3,000.
That is a lot of strippers. That's 6,000 boobs.
But that's flown in.
Right.
What
they
about the
don't
ones
all-
that are
there are a
already
bunch.
there?
And we're talking
and they're not
Chicago,
all-
too.
They're not all getting on stage either. Like, you gotta feel like now there's gonna be like
Some work in the crowd and whatnot,
off
VIP
the
rooms.
off the strippers.
Now we're talking Miami Dolphins football games.
Tailgates. Yeah.
Man, I should go to some of those.
It's mind-boggling to me that
They had
like,
to use every one of those singles, right?
I would assume so. They were planning it each day. $500,000
That's
in ones
absurd,
each
man.
day that they were bringing in. That's crazy. Do you think they do that for other
Dude, if I
big
would have known
events?
that ahead
you
of
think, like,
time,
the Super Bowl gets that kind of stripper action?
Depending on where it is and if they're allowed to be there.
You know what gets a lot of stripper action in Vegas? A lot of girls flown in. The tech show, CES, gets a lot of strippers flown in.
I mean, because those nerds are desperate.
It's exactly what it is. They're like, these
Yep.
dudes are going to spend, and they got money. Yep, we're going to fly them in.
They got some expense accounts too. They already got the room booked. Like, so it's just their discretionary funds is just going to the girls. So, man, I need to go to that too. Shoot,
I mean, you won an Emmy for online stuff, so
I feel like I should be able to walk right in with
right?
that, right?
You just walk in with an
Yeah.
Emmy. You're good.
Like, what's up? This is what I got. So, you want some singles? So, was there a point to this topic, or we just?
It was just sort of.
Basketball was fun for the
right,
one All-Star
basketball.
game.
Do you guys think
I thought we were talking about
Do you
strippers,
think
so.
the slam dunk competition was rigged?
Oh yeah. So actually, I did watch all of the Saturday night events.
The slam dunk competition was pretty solid this year.
It was
a really
honestly
good one.
they should have just ended in a tie. Because if they so if they were gonna have to give it to anyone, they should have given it to Aaron Gordon. Period. End of sentence. You can't convince me otherwise. I mean, I know that he kind of landed on Taco's head or whatever, but still, dude jumped over someone 7'6", more or
In
less.
an unplanned round. It wasn't like,
Yeah, that's
hey,
true,
this
too.
was like a dunk that it was like, you got to come up with something different. All right, give me
Right.
the dude that's 7'6". I'll jump over
And
him.
I mean, all the stuff that those two dudes were throwing back and forth, the way that they, just the athletic skill, body control to grab those balls off the backboard, dude, like they were doing next level stuff. They were stacking tricks on tricks on tricks. It wasn't just like windmill slam.
Right.
I mean, and I think too.
This ain't your daddy's dunk
This
competition.
ain't your daddy's dunk competition, no. And I respect Dwight Howard for getting out there too and trying something. I mean, he wasn't going to win, but he at least had fun with it. And the Superman Kobe thing was cool.
I like Pat breaking out the white men can't jump outfit.
Oh,
that
God,
was
yeah.
pretty.
Pat Connington.
Yeah, repping.
He had
Notre
to do
Dame.
it, right? Like you
Yeah.
knew it was coming. He made it into the All-Star game, the slam dunk contest. It was like, haha, gotcha.
He could have done a better dunk with it on though. Like I remember
Well, it doesn't. That wasn't the joke. That wasn't the point of him being there.
well, because his other dunk was sick though.
I think Pat got robbed.
Pat threw down.
I think Pat got
I don't
robbed.
think he got robbed.
I think he got bounced too early in that. Right? Like it wasn't. Yeah. Anyways.
There are 2 rounds. How do you get bounced too early?
Because he got bounced too early. It was not. He was not even considered. People didn't even consider him. They were like, as soon as they saw his name, they were like, "Yeah, this dude ain't winning." He was fighting all odds in that tournament, in that competition.
Yeah, he also fought a dude.
Why is that?
Because people assumed he wasn't going to be able to do it from the beginning.
Yeah. And then what happened, Mike? He didn't do sweet dunks.
So Gordon has said that he's done with the dunk competition. He said he's retiring from it after being screwed twice in 2016 and then again in 2020. I feel like he said now he wants to come and like try to win the 3-point competition. He's like, I'm done with the dunk competition. I'm just going to try to win the 3-point competition.
I support that. He should have won.
So
he should have won, or it should have been a tie.
Do we believe the conspiracy theory that Dwyane Wade sabotaged this so that a Heat player wins? Because the rumor was the judges were all in agreement that it was going to be a tie, but some judge ruined it and basically gave Gordon 1 point lower, giving the title to Jones.
No, I thought like 3 of them ranked him lower.
He only lost by 1 point. He got a 47.
It was just Wade, who gave him a 9 instead of a 10.
So the rumor is, and it was Common that came out. Common was like, "Yeah, it was supposed to be a tie. Somebody messed it up."
That's ridiculous. That's absolutely absurd.
Is it more of a travesty that Wade does that, or is it more of a travesty that that it ends in a tie? What's a bigger travesty for that?
Wade does that? Like that was not a tie that would feel bad. Like those dudes balled out and did stuff I've never seen before. So like, what is the problem of a tie? Like you're literally looking at two guys doing.
Then why even go to the extra round? Why even go to the?
Because we got to see 2 more sweet dunks.
So then go to another round. Like be like, all right, we'll go to another round.
Oh, they're tired. They're athletes. So it's too much jumping. You don't want to get them hurt. Blah blah blah.
Load management in the dunk contest.
Well, because they said,
then they won't jump right? They're too used to jumping
Exactly.
too hard.
Right.
You know what? They don't want to mess up how they
throw off Aaron Gordon's jumper.
You know.
No.
Baseball.
They have it capped at 2 rounds too. So if they would have still been tied, then it would have gone straight to the judges, and the judges would just had to pick one between the two of them with no more dunks. Like they were at the end, and that's why I'm saying, and then a tie, because they were at the end. The 2 guys proved each other equal adversaries, and again did stuff I've never seen done before in terms of the way that they upped the difficulty level constantly, and in a tie.
How are we going to see this get any better? Like, or is there ever going to be a point that we're like, all right, we've seen enough of the dunk contest. You can't top what we've seen. Because I feel like every year the level just gets harder and harder, and like the degree of difficulty is insane in these things. Like, is there ever going to be a point that we're like, yeah, that's it.
I mean, I
Shut
think it basically just is going to have to turn into Fast and Furious, where we're done jumping off the floor. Now let's jump off the top of the backboard to go down and dunk, and then let's jump off the stanchion, and then let's jump off of a moving car that's flying by and doing a tail whip at the, and then it shoots me at it.
When does the Ring of Fire come in?
Ring of Fire.
Okay.
Everything that you see at the halftime where the mascot's doing all the dunks, you just need to be doing that stuff without the trampoline.
I think we need to just let the mascots into the dunk contest. Let them have their own dunk
I'm
contest.
gonna need the flips, like regular people flips without the trampoline. I'm gonna need you jumping off of like a turning car, diving at the backboard, jumping off the backboard.
Why are we still only dunking 1 ball?
Oh, good point.
I mean, come on, right?
Good point.
Catch
Why
2 in the air.
Why are
Or
we
use
only,
a medicine ball.
Why
There
are
you
we
go.
Get a
only,
windmill with a medicine ball.
Why are we only using 1 hoop?
Oh, even better.
MTV
Even
had 2
better.
hoops
Yeah.
in Jock Jams. Like, is it Jock Jams? What was it? Rock and Jock?
Rock and Jock.
What? Jock Jams was the CD.
Yeah, that was the CD
that's a
went up.
banger, though.
Oh,
That was a good CD.
No, it's a bop.
Oh, that's right. Joe
bop
taught me
now.
that today.
Yeah.
It is a bop. Yes, that one slaps.
And Mike is canceled, everybody.
I was just gonna. Can we get him moving on here?
Moving on.
Thank you, Joe. While we wait to see if we could get Ryan on the phone here, let's switch gears. And I do want to talk a little baseball. I know you guys don't want to, but
Let's
I
do
want
it,
to talk.
man.
I want to talk.
Let's talk some dingers.
This Astros cheating scandal is not going away. Rob Manfred digging himself in the hole, putting up.
He's an idiot.
He may be the worst commissioner in sports. Like, the way he has handled this situation is absolutely unreal to me. He called the World Series trophy, the commissioner's trophy, a piece of metal, and was just like, it's just a piece of metal. Why would I care? Why do we care if it goes back to somebody? It's like, what are you doing, man?
See, and the problem is, I see where he's going with it, kind of like with the NCAA vacating wins. I think his point was trying to go along the lines of, like, it already happened. People aren't going to forget it. But he just vomited oral dysentery onto his lap as he tried to say that.
Yeah, but the NCAA doesn't care. NCAA loves vacating wins.
They do
They
love it. Yeah,
love
they do love
being
it.
I
like,
know.
haha, vacated.
Nobody remembers when you won that football game. That didn't happen. Just like Men in Black, like flashy thing.
You know who
But
else?
I would love if MLB did that. Like, that would be taking the right road, being like, you know what? I don't care if people remember who won or lost, but no.
And you don't have to, like, give it to the Dodgers. It doesn't have to, like, forfeit to the Dodgers. All you have to say is that, all right, 2017, there's no champion in our
What they
record
do with the
books.
Black Sox?
The Black Sox just lost. They threw the series.
Oh yeah, that's
the
right.
the Reds,
Yeah,
which is also weird. Every time I go to the stadium and the Reds,
There's
are
a
like,
banner.
They're bragging about 1919. It's
Cincinnati
like,
needs it, man. They do.
Dude,
Because here's the thing. Think about it.
let's
That
just
it-
not
that would
put that one up.
that
Can
would
we
be
just not put that one
so
up?
that'd be so Cincinnati to have a team trying to throw the series and they still lose. But I've changed my mind too on the Astros thing. Like I can't be mad anymore. I don't care enough. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? They got away with it when they did. They got caught now, and moving forward, if someone does that now, it's illegal. But kind of again to the point, like you can't change what happened. It is what it is. It sucks. I can't wait to see those dudes get drilled every day for 5 months.
Yes. So Vegas actually has put that as a prop.
I saw that. Yeah.
The over/under on the number of times an Astros player is going to get beaned this year is 83.5.
We need a live update of that because that line has got to have moved. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it's.
I doubt it's going to
moved,
stay there.
83.5. So that's basically once
One
every
2
other
games.
game.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of beanballs.
So I heard some too that like the Indians led the league last year in batters getting hit, and it was like 100 something.
86. 86 was
Was it
what
86?
the Indians at the record is like 102 or something like that, or 140 I think was the record. Something crazy, but that was like way back in like 1800 or whatever. Crazy times. But yeah, 83.5 is a lot of beanballs for a team to take. And Manfred has come out and said, you can't throw at these guys. You'll be punished for doing it, which would be complete bullshit to punish somebody for throwing at the players more than punishing the players who cheated. That's the bananas part about this whole thing from Manfred.
Well, and so this is why, again, I love baseball for this reason, because what they can do is you just bring a scrub up every time you can.
Right.
You roll him out there at some point during the game, so go nail this dude. Then he gets suspended. You're like, all right, peace out, go back to AAA. Or even just sit him on the roster, let him serve a suspension, and then send him down or something. Like, you just keep rotating a designated Astros drill him in the face guy.
It's like that dude in college basketball that's like his whole job is to go in.
Use those 6 fouls, son.
Forms. Right. The over-under, or the odds for Astros mound charging is the over-under set at 1.5.
Oh, this gets even better then. You get a guy, you train him up to fight. So you get a AAA guy.
So now we've got the hockey enforcer in baseball.
I'm in.
Yo, DH becomes now
Yes.
enforcer DH, where he just hits dingers, been a dinger slinger, and charges mounds. Universal DH, universal enforcer. Let's go.
Wait, so you're proposing?
And now we're watching baseball.
You're proposing the way to get you to watch baseball is a dinger slinger mound charger. That's what
Yes.
you want. A
Yes.
dinger slinger mound charger.
Yes.
That's it. That's all it takes.
And he doesn't get suspended so much for the fighting.
a dinger slinger pain bringer.
I'm
just trying to workshop something. I feel like
fancy
there's something we
here.
can
Are
do
we
here.
onto something?
I feel like we are. Someone call Rob Manfred. Oh wait, no, you'd have to send him a telegram. He's so OWG over there.
Bregman is the odds-on favorite to get hit the most, followed by Springer, Altuve, and Correa. Correa had that whole story this weekend there. He was like, no. The reason why Altuve didn't want his jersey torn off was because he's got a
heard
really
that.
bad tattoo.
Yeah,
and then the internet went
shut
crazy with
up.
people like sleuthing to find out if he had a tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
They went to his Instagram. Like, people are, it's insane. I almost said bananas again, and I caught myself because I realized I'm saying that a lot this episode. But, like, people are idiots. Like, the internet sleuthing is... I hate it so much. I hate people that do that so much.
I hate humanity and the internet. Don't get me started on this stupid ass stand the broom up on its end thing. Like, are you shocked people sleuth that out if he had a tattoo? I mean, who cares? The guy cheated. They all cheated. They were all dirty as hell. Like, there's no doubts about it.
Can you, Joe? Can you throw on the barbecue real quick? Because I got kind of a hot take as it relates to this whole Astros scandal and the way that Rob Manfred held this.
God,
I love
that's
it.
good looking steak, man.
It is good looking steak. It's real good looking steak. All right, here's my hot take. Rob Manfred mishandled this situation on purpose. And the reason why he did this, why he didn't punish any of the players, was he knew it would piss off 29 other teams and get 29 other teams worth of players mad. Two reasons for that. Number one, cause a little bit of a rift among the players' union so that when it comes to negotiations, the players' union is at a slight disadvantage because now nobody trusts each other. But number two, you actually have players speaking out about this, like going hardcore. Mike Trout is a dude that doesn't say anything ever. He's like the best baseball player in the league, and I don't know if I've ever heard his voice before this week. And he comes out and says, these guys need beat up. Like, they should be beat up. Like, flat out, I want to punch somebody over this. You have all these guys that have come forward that are saying that they want the Astros to get thrown at. They think it's ridiculous. They don't trust these guys. You are now Trevor Bauer goes on that whole tirade on the Athletic. Like, these guys who have been trained for their entire careers not to show personality, not to really have fun, now all of a sudden are showing personality and are having fun and like being outspoken and showing some type of life. And I really feel like Manfred needed to do that for the sport. He needed to get personality to show through.
Okay, yeah. So I can't get over, like, I feel like this should have been the tinfoil hat conspiracy theory thing.
It could have been. I went back and forth.
I see the result and I see the consequences of his actions. I don't think he planned this intentionally because I don't think he's smart enough for that.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
And also, have you never seen Mike Trout in those Subway commercials? I mean, dude was all over the place with those for a minute.
Yeah, but like. It's okay.
I do think it's worked out well for baseball in that sense, and people are speaking out.
Like, people are excited about baseball this year. People want to watch to see how often the Astros get beamed.
Sure.
You're going to have people
So it's just going to be them the most on ESPN instead of the Yankees or Red Sox?
Yeah, probably.
Kate Upson's still married to the team.
All right, how hot is my take? How spicy?
It's
So your take,
Yeah,
how hot is it
is
that he wanted to create villains?
Rob Manfred did this. He purposely did not punish the players in an effort to, 1, weaken the players' union, and 2, create villains and allow personalities to show through.
I'll give it a 4.
That's not bad. That's pretty solid. That might be my best take so far, though.
If you're giving Rob Manfred credit to create villains in the sport of baseball, it's a 4.
That's a pretty hot take, right? Drew, you agree?
I mean,
Is it hot?
I was gonna go 2.5. Because again, I don't have any faith in Rob Manfred doing anything intelligent. I just don't.
I'm okay with the 2.5 because normally I get freezer meat, so I'm fine with that.
That's true. There you go.
I'm
It's an
very
improvement.
happy. Chris America chiming in on the Facebook live feed. If you guys want to chime in, you can text the drunk line 440-37-DRUNK, or you can chime in right here on Facebook Live. Chris America says every team on the Astros schedule gets one game during the season where they get to steal signs using the TV, and they have to tell the home plate umpire where the Astros don't know when the team is going to exercise their one game of sign stealing. That's a good idea. You get one game to get back at them. I like that one a lot. That's a good punishment.
So are they going to train all the other 31 or whatever teams on how to like use this system and figure it all out? Because I do feel like there's a decent amount of work that went into them, like figuring out how to communicate and catch the signals and decipher them and all that other crap.
They probably are already doing it. It's just now
It's
like, hey,
it's like
you,
out in the
you
open.
get the
and
right
like,
now. It's
yeah,
like you get to do this with added technology.
one get out of jail free pass.
You don't have to wait until you have somebody on second. You can like start doing it with the camera in place and go for it. Have fun.
Sure. Let's try something out, man. Why not, right? Like, let's see what's up. Was it Tyson that had the pickup line?
Tyson, yes, the
That's
best new
hot right
MLB themed pickup line. I'd bang you like the Astros bang garbage cans.
Because then you realize if the girl does or does not know baseball, and then you can make your decision very quickly about it, right?
I mean, I guess I'm like, does that mean you would bang her every so often and only when a slider's coming?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just checking because I mean,
I mean, you can't be fastballs all the time, man. Like, right? Man, Mike going deep right there real quick. Not bad.
All right, so let's talk these MLB rule changes that have been announced as well. Still waiting on Ryan. Whatever. You know what? I might do. Here's what maybe we should do this, Joe. Why don't we just find a Ryan Willis on Skype and just call him and ask him the questions that I wanted to ask?
That
Ryan
surely
Willis.
will go well.
It could be.
You need people's consent to be over the airwaves.
We could tell them.
true.
We could tell them when they get on. We could let them know that we're a podcast.
I'm not
We're
doing
live
it.
on Facebook
I'm
Live.
not doing
and
it. I'm not doing
I was
it.
gonna
Can
say,
you hand me the mouse? I'll
Nope.
do it.
No, I'm saying so you're gonna have Joe just like live screen a bunch of people till
No,
some
not
idiot says
not
yes.
live screen. We'll do it. We'll
No.
screen like,
Nope,
hey,
not
we're
happening.
live. You
Moving
wanna...
on. Moving on. This is a 1 on your hot take. That's a 1. That's
Freezer meat.
It's
moving on.
it's
That
a-
Shut up.
also
Moving
I-
on.
This is a segment.
Shut up. Moving on.
It's a segment I've always wanted to do called Not That Guy, where I do an interview with somebody who has the same name as an athlete.
We already did that once.
We did?
Yeah, with the girl that was not the football player.
No, but like, I want somebody who has the same, like, I came up doing comedy with a guy who went by Tom Brady.
Look, dude, I
and
just
I wanted
really
to interview him and be like, we got Tom Brady on the show, not that guy.
I really
The other
want to
one.
talk about these baseball rule changes, man. I'm really excited about this.
Yeah,
I
said
think
shut
it
up and move it
offers
on like
a
4
lot of
times.
value, and it's going to be really entertaining to see how it plays out.
Is it though? Are these rule changes that entertaining? This is so baseball to be like, by the way, here's the rule changes. Pitchers have to face 3 batters now.
I mean, I guess it's. I don't know. Are they fixing a problem that exists? Honestly,
The thinking behind it is it's a slow pace of play, and you get these guys you get these managers who are going to have like a lefty specialist. So they bring somebody into the game. There's a pitching change, the commercial break while the guy runs in and warms up, and then he faces one batter, and then you take him out of the game to bring in the righty to face the righty that's coming up. So there's another pitching change and another commercial break and another, like, basically the rule is meant to say if you bring somebody in, he's going to have to be in for the inning. 3 batters.
yeah. I decided while you were saying all those complex rule change things about why it's important, I'm actually for the changing every batter because then I have more time to drink before they cut me off in the 7th inning.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or I'm not paying attention anyway. So, like, that's totally fine with me.
You're going to games?
That's why I said if I'm at the game.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't go to any games. I did. Actually,
I don't like that I'm the only baseball guy. I don't like this at all. I really hate this new dynamic.
That's why I'm changing my attitude. I'm going to be all for it. And so I don't really think, like, honestly, I really don't think this change is going to shorten the game that much because I had heard a study last year that there weren't that many occurrences of this anyways. So that's why I was asking, is it a problem that exists? I don't think that one is. I think the number of pitchers you can carry in a roster, I think is actually more entertaining or more interesting to see the results of that.
Yeah, but I think it's increased the number that you can have on a roster by 1, right? I think they bumped it up from what they had before. And they also have like an exception in there based on Shohei Ohtani where it's like you could be a dual threat player where if you have pitched at least 20 innings and you've started 20 games in the field, you don't count against that pitcher number. You count more towards the roster side.
Right. And I know. I think it's going to increase the quality of pitching that you have available in these games, which to me I think would move them along, right? Like if you're getting dudes out quicker, that's going to move the game along as far as like getting in and pace of play down.
Look, baseball it's a paradoxical problem with baseball, and you damn right
That's
I just
a big
said
word.
paradoxical.
Yeah. Good
Here's
for you.
Here's the problem. Everybody wants to see offense. Nobody wants to see a 1-0 pitcher's duel where it's just 27 straight outs except for the one home run that happened. Everybody wants to see dingers. But when you have offense, it extends the game. So now the game takes longer because more people are getting hit or more people are getting hits. It's taking longer to get the outs. So you literally can't appease everybody because if you're like, listen, we're going to make this quicker by making sure people aren't cheating and banging on trash cans and so that it's harder to hit the ball, people are going to be like, this is boring to watch. I don't want to watch this. It took 2 hours, but it's boring.
I solved it.
Okay. All right. Let's hear it because, wow.
Elam rules for baseball.
Elam rules for baseball.
But
it's not timed.
No. Make it timed. Who cares? Change shit, right? Like, make it timed. You give them an hour and 45 minutes.
Go men's softball league rules.
Yeah, even better, right?
Whatever comes first, 9 innings or 2 hours, whatever's there.
Oh, I like that even better.
And then you just finish. Like if it hits
You
2
finish-
hours, it's the top of the inning. The home team gets their last at bat.
That's it. Yep. Boom.
Yeah, I like it.
Let's say it's 2 hours and then you made it to the 6th inning, which wow. Yeah.
Realistic,
It's actually
though.
pretty real. That's
Yeah.
pretty on
Realistic.
point.
So like if you're the home team up in the top of the 6th, then you just get the bottom of the 6th. It would put a lot more pressure on people to score and a lot more pressure on better pitching, and you might be good. You just put a time limit.
I actually really like this. It
Yeah, right?
also puts more like the starting pitchers are able to go longer throughout the game.
They're play more important part of the game. Let's say it's 2 hours and you're only in the 6th inning. Well, it's like, do I keep my starter in that bottom of the 6th? Or I feel like the 10 minutes are coming up. Do I throw him back out there in the top of the 6th, you know?
Do you think there'd be guys that are like, it's like, well, let's just go ahead and quick 3 outs so that we get another at bat and turn over the order for the next inning?
Could.
See, I like that too.
If you're
Like,
if you're at the bottom of your lineup and
Yeah.
you've got 7, 8, 9 coming up, and it's
Yeah.
just like, all right, swing
We
as
got-
much as you want. We're giving you
But
nothing.
then on
Just
the
swing.
flip side, the visitors team is, at that point is like the pitcher's walking around the mound. He's like grabbing the rosin
And
bag,
that's also
forever.
when then you can also implement
Shot
the
clock.
pitch clock.
Or the DH has a certain window of time in which you take long enough, and he can just come straight out the dugout and whack you upside the head.
Well, all right, that's going a little too far.
The dinger,
Oh, man,
slinger,
come
pain
on.
bringer.
The dinger, slinger, pain bringer. He'll keep him honest.
Well, then yeah, if you
I wanna
have
see
if
more
you have the
fights.
charge the mound, then it gets added like the soccer time
Yeah.
of the delay.
Extra time. I like it.
Yeah.
Because that would encourage, if you're in a weird spot and you need to extend or you want to try to like get to that mark sooner, you can't just be fighting fools. I think we're onto something here. Because when we've incorporated fighting, we've reduced the time of baseball, and we've changed the entire strategy as it exists now.
Here's my question: when do they stop serving beer at the stadium? Because right now it's the 7th inning.
They don't.
game's
You
over.
get 2 hours. 2 hours. You serve it for 2 hours.
So you get to
Yeah.
drink the whole time.
If it's only
Why
7
not?
innings, you made it to where they cut you off anyways.
Well, but their reason for it is like this way you can sober up a little bit
Man,
before
ain't
you
no one
have to
doing that
leave.
crap. If they like,
It's to cover themselves with the laws and stuff. Like they're trying to be like
Major
no,
League
we
Baseball
don't-
doesn't have good lawyers. What sport is it again, Mike? What do you call it? OWG. They got lawyers. It'll be fine.
They are lawyers.
Yeah, exactly. Like they'll figure out some other loophole or some way to like pawn it off on someone.
I can't wait for Joe to get back from lacrosse because I just want to do a regular segment where you two just fix baseball. Where it's just
Yeah.
like
It's
you guys
happening
just
right
talking.
now.
I know, like this is like the show throughout the summer.
We need to fix other stuff too, though. While we're at it, man.
Oh, like what? What do you want to fix right now?
College football.
All right, college football.
Go for it. How we fixing college football?
Oh, I got an idea.
Go.
Okay, we're just fixing sports.
We're
I like
just
it. This
fixing
is a
sports.
fixing
Yeah, we're
sports
just
show.
gonna fix in sports this one, right?
Welcome to Craft
So,
Brewed Sports, where we fix sports.
We fix sports. We're crafting them with our
We are
hammers and
crafting
nails.
the brewed sport.
That's right. I want to see a college football electorate college. Fuck, how do you say
Electoral college.
electorate? And then I just went real
Yeah,
hard
that
with
one,
too.
that one. Electoral. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
electoral. Yeah, because honestly, the playoffs have been working too well. I really think
They're
so.
getting the right teams in.
Yeah, this just is not entertaining anymore when the best teams play
Yeah,
each
what the
other
heck
and
is that?
win. Like, this is stupid.
So your solution to fix the system that's working is to go to a system.
So he is definitely not of the mindset of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's like, it's working too well. Where's that wrench to throw in?
Right? Well, because here's the thing, Mike. Again, if it keeps working like this, Notre Dame will never win a national title.
Well, I mean, I don't
If
know
we
if
go
we're
to
gonna-
an electoral college, we stand a shot.
Okay, so how's this electoral college work? Who are the voters?
The people.
But the people's votes don't really count because they're just voting for the electors who then vote for the
Right?
teams.
Isn't this fun?
This is very yes. It's
All right, this is a
it's
one.
so
I'm
backwards.
out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
I don't. So you're saying you want fans to vote on who gets to go to the playoffs?
Yeah, why not?
What can go wrong there?
Absolutely nothing. Because
Well,
think about
then
it.
you're going to get 4 SEC teams.
That's true.
They don't have that many electoral votes down there. Votes from Wisconsin. They
But
got a
they're
couple
going to
votes.
vote. They're going to get everybody to vote.
It
in their
doesn't
state.
matter because here's the thing, right? Like Alabama gets a certain number of votes, and Alabama's votes will be split
I'm not
between
getting into
Auburn.
this. It's a bad idea.
This
Hey,
is a
Mike
weird.
said he needed stuff for the C block, so here we go.
Well, now we need stuff for the B block since Ryan Willis is standing us up. Listen,
So
Ryan,
wait, is it official? Has he stood us up?
he was supposed to be on at 8:30, so here we are, 18 minutes later, and still no sign of Ryan Willis.
Cool. So then
don't
because
worry.
he's probably still sitting on the bench waiting to get into a game from last season.
I mean, we could just do some Ryan Willis talk. Like we could talk about this guy, and then maybe he calls in and it gets really awkward and
Yeah,
weird.
I don't want to burn the guy, but like
Moving on.
moving
Moving
on. That's fair.
The dude doesn't have Twitter. Like it's hard to imagine a college student without Twitter at this point in the year. Tyson wants to let everybody know that if you wear a hockey jersey to Chipotle on Friday, the 21st, you can get BOGO entrees in honor of the 40th anniversary of the Miracle on Ice.
That is awesome, and I want to get some background here, Tyson. If I have multiple jerseys, may I come back in again?
Multiple jerseys,
No.
fake mustache.
I can tell you no because
Yeah.
I tried to do that when you could get the wear multiple or try to do it with Halloween costumes. If you wear a Halloween costume,
Do you have to show your
sometimes-
face?
Yeah, you have to be able to show your face.
That's weak. Well, let's thank More Labs. How about that? Chipotle doesn't
always.
sponsor the show, but More Labs does. And we want to give a special shout out to our friends at More Labs. All you need to do, everybody, go to morelabs.com. Use the code SPORTS. You're going to get 20% off your entire order when you're drinking delicious beer like Juice Jr.
So
you got to wake up in the morning. You got to go to work. You got to function. You got to deal with the kids. So take a morning recovery before you go to bed, up to an hour after you finish drinking. You're going to wake up feeling great the next day, guaranteed, or your money back. Again, that's morelabs.com. Use the code SPORTS and get 20% off your entire order.
Stuff
Tyson
is still amazing.
Tyson also points out you could probably go to different Chipotles to make this plan work. Like, that's where my head went immediately. Like, there's a lot of Chipotles around.
That's actually not a bad idea either, yeah.
You don't even have to change jerseys because they don't know you have Chipotle in your car.
But I would know. Just kidding. I'm not going to work that hard. Are you kidding me?
Why is Chipotle doing this? Like, that's what I don't. I saw this. Tyson had mentioned this before. I saw this before the show. I don't understand why. Like, the connection between Chipotle.
Like I said, they always
and
do
the
this stuff.
Miracle
They
on
do
Ice.
it. Sometimes they do it for Halloween. Wear your costume in, and they just want money. Come in.
Dude, the
Just
Clifton
come see us.
the Clifton Chipotle is
Y'all want
great
to be
to
shitting
see.
later? Wear a hockey jersey. You can be shitting later.
No, that's Taco Bell.
No, it's Chipotle. You know, Chipotle gives me like the 24-hour countdown clock. As soon as it's like a 15-minute. If I'm not
That's a
near
you
the house,
problem.
it
That's
is
a
a
you
me
problem.
problem. It is a me
Yeah.
problem. It's also their chicken problem. That's the other thing that's a problem.
So why do you keep getting chicken?
Because it's really good.
Well,
I can't help it.
then
I
you
mean,
know what? Then
the
it's
price
clearly
that I
worth the
pay
cost.
is worth it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah.
Trust me, every time I got Jimmy John's hot peppers, same deal. But I'm doing this. I know what's going to happen. I'm for it.
You a fan of hot peppers?
Love me some hot peppers.
Got some Jersey Long Hots?
Do you want a beer that tastes like hot peppers?
No, that thing's nasty. I heard you guys when you did that one. Because it wasn't just supposed to be like hot peppers. Wasn't it supposed to be like a hot dog thing, too?
I think it was the brat with the hot peppers.
Sausage flavored.
That's stupid.
It's smoked. It's a smoked. beer.
Oh, now that you say it's smoked, actually, yeah, let me try that. Because I didn't know it smoked.
It's
That
smoked.
changes
No
everything.
takebacks. No takebacks. No takebacks.
Yep, you said it. It's also really warm. This is going to be really fun. Drew's going to do. This is basically a
Pass.
welcome to the show, degenerate dartboard of doom punishment that you should do to like get you into the.
Look,
the
if we're
show.
going to do it that way, then let's
Do
do
you
it
actually
right.
want your shot? You want your shot?
Let me give a shot at the board if we're going to do it. Let's do it right.
All right. If you hit the bullseye, we will. You'll be safe. If you miss, you're just. And if you miss anywhere but the bullseye, we'll give you 2 shots. 2 shots.
Okay. Oh, I don't need to because I'm not Scott. I'm not going to miss the board.
Wow.
But I'm just giving you second
2
shot.
shots at the bullseye.
You have to hit
Oh,
bullseye.
okay.
If you miss anywhere besides the bullseye, you're drinking the beer.
And it's warm.
Oh, that's it? I don't get another, like, I can't even, like, opt into Hypnotic or fight. I got no option but the
No,
long hots.
It's like
You said
that
you like hot
punishment.
peppers.
Oh, God damn. This is a bad idea.
Yeah, well, that's what we do on this show is bad ideas.
That's fair. I
Joe.
appreciate it, I guess. Look at that. See, why can't I get the graphic? Let me get
Well,
like,
we're
those
going to get
options.
the graphic, but the options are
No
not
options?
going to count for you at all.
All right.
All right. Well, we're going to do an impromptu.
How did we get here?
You said you like hot peppers.
This is all Ryan
It's
Willis'
that
fault. I refuse
DDD
to accept
intro,
anything
Joe.
else.
It's the over in the scenes. There you go. Yep. Go ahead and fade to that one. Oh, look at that intro. It's been a while.
Wow.
It's been a while since we've done a degenerate dartboard of doom. And Drew, you know this does feel right. It like welcomes you into the show
That's
family.
fair.
This is now your 3rd time appearing, 3 weeks in a row. It's time. It's time for you to take a shot. So why don't you?
I will, but I want to say we should be doing this because there's XFL games we could be playing.
We'll talk a little XFL here in a minute.
Oh, I got XFL things.
Dallas won.
They did.
Big winners.
Yeah, they look good. I didn't see Trey in the game, though. I was disappointed. All right, Drew is about to fire at the degenerate dartboard of doom. Back by the carpet there. There you go. Yep, Drew gets 2 shots at the board. If he gets a bullseye on either one, he is safe. Ooh, that's real close, but it's looking like Drew is going to end up drinking the Jersey Long Hots, the warm Jersey Long Hots, the one that's been sitting in the basement. Oh, man.
Let's go. Oh, yes.
Drew, go ahead and just grab one of those right there and bring it on over with you. You want to do some smelling salts while you're at it?
I actually do. I wanted to try.
You want to try them? You want to try smelling salts? We got extras.
For that instead of this?
No, both.
All right,
You wanna
we'll
do
give
both?
you the
No, we're not doing
smelling salts today. We'll put the beer in the fridge for next week.
Are you sure? That doesn't feel right. I feel like if I'm going to do it, I might as well go all the way with it and do it warm.
Yeah, it's got to be warm. It definitely has to be warm.
The dart just fell off the board.
What do you want to do? Do you want to do that, or do you want to do the smelling salts?
No, I'll do this.
Okay, yeah, it's probably a good choice. All right, Drew is going to go ahead and do the Jersey Long Hots beer punishment, and deal with the repercussions of that. Since you do like hot peppers,
I do like hot peppers.
let's see how much you like hot pepper
Did this
beer.
give you guys the shits the next day? I'm just
Nah.
curious.
So,
Okay.
so yeah, we bought it, and Mike thought it was going to be good, and this is why we don't,
don't know
let
how you
Mike
thought it'd be
make
good at all.
decisions. And
Yeah.
Hang on. I don't even ask anymore. I just buy beers from Tavor. I just add them to the cart. There is no permission.
Wait, where do you
that
buy
needs-
beers?
Tavor. We'll talk
Oh,
about
okay.
them. Tavor, 258023. You can go ahead and use that code and get $10 off your second order. Download the app right now. Payments and credit screen 258023. Tavor.
Woo woo.
All right, Drew, go ahead and drink this 8 and Sand smoked Jersey Long Hots beer. You don't have to chug it. Just,
I kind of feel like I want to.
All right,
I
well,
feel like that's the way to
if
just
you're
get
gonna
out of
do
the
it,
way,
do
but-
it. Like that's.
All right,
I
here
wish
we
we
go.
could zoom in on Drew at this point. Go ahead, man. Whenever you're ready. I just. You know it's gonna suck when he's like, it's actually not that bad.
Oh. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, but it is not good.
It's a gross. It's like drinking a liquid hot dog, but like with a pepper aftertaste.
Gross. This is nasty.
Wash that down with some Juice Junior.
I'm gonna finish it before I waste any of the juice on it. Honestly, like the Juice Junior is delicious.
Let's talk XFL real quick. Did you watch any of the games this weekend, Joe? You were out and about. Was XFL on in the bars in Memphis?
I caught maybe 10 minutes total.
Is Cardale Jones legit?
Dude, he's gonna be the MVP.
Like, where did that come from? I thought when I saw Cardale
He was never
Jones,
bad. And here's the thing. Other than Aaron Murray, how many of those Landry Jones is fairly recent, but
yeah, Landry Jones was in the NFL. Like he was playing in.
but when did he leave the NFL? I'm just saying,
I
like
don't know.
Cardell's one of the younger guys that is still somewhat close to playing quality competitive football, whereas a lot of the other quarterbacks are just straight up trash.
Dude, Landry Jones looked so slow. Like, so slow. He scrambled at one point in that Dallas game, and I was like...
God, when he got that first
yeah,
down.
I was like, he's going to need oxygen or something.
He also
on the
looked like he
sidelines.
was short. I was like, why are you angling so close? Like, but it's because he's that damn slow.
Yeah, Cardale Jones is absolutely killing it. He's completed a league high.
Where was Pep
That can't
Hamilton
be-
before?
I don't know.
Wasn't I feel like I want to say he was with the Colts, but
Hey,
where
maybe,
did he go?
Maybe that's one thing the NFL should look at when they go to steal things from the XFL. Like, start with the kickoff return situation. Look at the rules around punts and like returns on punts, and then also maybe hire some black coaches. Like that'd be a cool thing for the NFL to do that the XFL is doing, right?
Yeah.
True. Your face. Isn't it like Bud Light, like, but with smoky peppers?
So like I've had beers with hot peppers in them before, and I've never loved them. But there's like something else in this that tastes. You know what it does? It tastes like I'm licking my car mat. Like it just there's something funky about it, man. But again, you try to make a hot dog into a beer, so I guess like what would you expect? What idiot brewmaster made this and was like, yes, we should totally take time to can, market, package, and sell this.
It's like the Get
What were-
beer. Have
what
you
were
seen
the
the
ones
It's
that-
actually a great idea because
Get
then
a
you
beer?
have everybody that's just like, ooh, I wonder if that's going to taste good.
You're probably not going to get people to buy twice, but you're going to get a lot of people to buy once, and that's all it really takes. Like as soon as I saw it, I was like,
It's
I
just
gotta
it's
try
just like
this.
those
It's a
phone
novelty thing.
those games on your phone where you just download the app and then you get hit like with a million ads and you're like, you know what? This lasted 3 days. I'm uninstalling this game because of all the ads. But they got your one download.
But they got it, and they showed you all of those ads, so they got.
And then
Uh-huh.
like 8 months later, you download another game that you think is going to be cool, and you realize, oh, it's the same thing, just like with different skinning.
just different name.
Yeah.
And you're like, dang it, they foiled me again.
Yeah. Goddamn Gardenscape. Jesus. Man, this is nasty.
So Dallas wins. DC
yeah.
wins. DC is looking like the team to beat in the XFL.
I didn't see all of the games this weekend like I did last weekend because apparently we decided to have a life again. But I'm pretty sure the under is still getting hammered. Right?
The under is definitely still getting hammered.
I feel like it's 7 out of 8, maybe.
Yeah, it's been a lot of unders hitting.
Yeah.
And that's
Wait, hold on. TD for, TD against. So their tiebreakers are based on touchdowns.
it's pretty awesome. Touchdown differential.
Yes.
That's how baseball. Just go run differential. Let's go get that run.
You mean dinger differential?
Dinger differential? Yes.
Dinger differential. That's it. Oh, I'm kind of on board with this as a way to.
You realize that there's going to be some idiot that then creates an analytic that's dinger differential derivative or some.
So
stupid
it's dingers
nonsense.
for and dingers against, right? How many you've hit versus how many you've given up.
And then you can have like a graphic that shows like the bats like being the dingers, and as they cancel out when they calculate the score. Sorry,
we
getting
are
weird,
all
man.
about this right now.
I'm-
Baseball is fixed tonight.
I'm just straight up
boys.
chugging friggin' peppered hot dogs.
But XFL.
Houston Roughnecks or DC Defenders. Who do you guys got this point in the season? Because Houston's leading in the West, DC in the East.
who's Houston's quarterback?
It's a guy.
Oh, okay.
It's a quarterback. They got a quarterback back
Why
there.
don't
I don't
they
know.
Why
I don't
don't
know,
they have
like-
girls in the league
I don't
there?
know.
Honestly,
And
Do you-
that's actually not a bad idea,
right? Like
right?
I could see this being the first league where a female is allowed to play. Because I know we've had girls play in college before. I could see them having them come to the XFL. I mean, they've had kickers. I know there's a safety that signed a D1 AA scholarship last
PJ
year.
Walker. Oh, Connor Cook. Connor Cook's probably the starter, right? No, Connor Cook's not starting.
PJ
he's
is
not.
the starter.
Houston had tweeted out this weekend that they were like, "Say goodbye, Lambeau Leap. Say hello, Houston Hop." And I was like, "Really?" But the
Does that
difference
mean
was
we're going to get the Boston Bop?
the dude jumped into the stands and like was fully in. It wasn't like he just hung on to the side and everybody like patted him on the back. He was in the stands and like was celebrating with the fans, which is actually kind of
Until he jugs a beer and not impressed.
There is a dude
Speaking
that does
of
that.
beer in the XFL,
Okay.
what about that beer snake?
Dude, that was a
Wait,
solid
what?
beer
I
snake.
missed this part apparently.
It was like a 7-row. So you get your cups,
You
right?
stack your okay.
You
that's what I
stack
was
your
wondering,
cups
yeah.
instead of like the pyramid. You start stacking it in a line, so it makes a snake up or down the rows of your bleachers or section.
It went almost the entire section. Like, it was huge. And also, every time they cut to show it, the fans were chanting, "Drink more beer," which was fantastic.
Again, why the XFL is amazing.
Yeah, they were like
75-foot long.
How much money
9
did that
rows.
cost? That's what I'm curious
it's a
about.
lot of money. But there's also just like all the fans in the section are just tossing their empties down to the one dude. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Here's the thing. This beer snake that they had in the XFL is the equivalent of when an entire section chips in on the beer pyramid on Dollar Beer
love
Night.
the pyramid.
But it's not fair when it's the entire section. I want to see one guy's beer pyramid, and that's it. I don't want to see all of your
let me
friends'
check
beer
here.
pyramid. But it is a damn good beer snake.
Also, Joe, I'm about to fix minor league hockey. Ready for this? When you make a pyramid and one of the players knocks your pyramid over intentionally on the glass, you get to go fight him.
Can I fight the mascot that does it too? Because he always
Oh,
loves
absolutely.
messing
If
it
the mascot knocks it over, then you fight the mascot.
I already know Joe's answer because we've asked him, "What's your beer of choice for Dollar Beer Night at minor league hockey? You go the High Life or you go Peebers?"
So again, just point of clarity here in my book, they do also have the $2 beer night at Cyclones, and they go Tall Boys, the Labatt Blue.
Well, that's a good
And
choice.
I don't know what the Molson. I think they got Molson Labatt Blue. So on the $2
So
beer night,
stereotypical.
I'm going Labatt Blue. On the $1 beer night, I'm going High Life. Is that- yeah.
High Life.
Because
That's
it's
the way
High
to
Life
do
and
it.
PBR, and PBR tastes like a rusty pipe.
High Life's the way to go.
Way better. PBR is so much better. Like a million times.
Did you guys hear about the college goalie that wrote to the website and asked to take his stats page down? There's apparently a site that like it keeps track of like any stats. If somebody's played past high school, they are on this site. Elite Prospects. They track.
Oh yeah. They get
track,
deep
like,
on all
everything.
the sports too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this dude played for a little bit in college. He was not very good, and he wrote to the site and was like, "Hey, look, I am very mediocre. My stats were pretty terrible. I don't like coming on this site and seeing just how bad I was. So can you please take me off of this. He goes, or amend my bio so that it says mediocre goalie, but he loves the boys and the boys loved him.
Number 2. It would be done immediately. If that email had landed in my inbox, I'd be like, yep, done. Gotcha, bro. Boom. Because at least he's got a sense of humor about it.
Right.
Because at first when you read, then I was like, I was ready to tell the kid, like, I don't know, maybe stop going to the website then, because clearly your hockey career is over.
No,
Move
he
on.
was like, you don't have a stat for how much the boys love me or how much I love the boys, and I love the boys and the boys love me. So either take down my page or amend my bio to reflect that stat.
Well, bros like we definitely love that stat.
That's a great stat.
I also pictured this dude just as the 2 guys from Letterkenny writing up this email. That's how I figured.
Oh, so Canadian.
Yeah. All right. I don't think Ryan Willis is joining us tonight.
There's no way this kid's coming on.
Let's just
Not
go
at all.
ahead. Let's get into last call.
If he is listening, though, and like trying to judge if he should call in, order us
No.
a pizza.
You're saying no?
So on Twitter recently, there's been a big debate. We may
Okay.
have to add it to the quick hitters at the end.
Ooh,
What-
new quick hitter?
What is the better movie, Interstellar or Inception?
Mookie, what's your choice on this one?
Pass.
Have you seen?
You
either-
haven't seen either of them, have you?
Nope.
Me neither.
Wait, you haven't seen Inception
No.
or Interstellar?
No, but like I know what Inception's about.
And
It's like,
it's got
oh,
Leo
yeah, it's
in
like-
it. It's
and
about dreams and
yeah,
stuff.
like was it a
Yes.
dream or was it not a dream?
I
don't
did see
know.
the
It
South
was the
Park
biggest
episode.
movie. Like
I
saw
did.
the 10
I
years
saw the
ago.
South Park.
Does that
episode.
count?
Yeah.
no, it doesn't.
I've seen
count.
memes about it. Does that count?
Actually, I have an answer. Inception. Because the other movie clearly wasn't good enough for South Park to spoof it, so it can't be good.
They might have. It's got Matthew McConaughey as an astronaut that goes through time.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Wait. Matthew McConaughey is an astronaut.
That goes through time.
Dude, once I saw him in that Buick commercial where
Pretty
he's like
solid.
ice fishing with the stupid flag thing, I'm like, no, out.
That's pretty
Jump the
solid,
shark.
which is why I kind of would like to see him as an astronaut that goes through time. Also, if Inception is as confusing as everybody says it was, I'm probably going to
Right.
go Interstellar. Is
If
that
you-
it? Interstellar?
Both are made by the same person. Both have mind-bending plot twists.
Ah, damn it.
Does either have Ariana Grande?
No.
Katy Perry?
Inception has Ellen Page,
Oh.
the Juno girl.
I do like her.
okay. All
I
right,
do.
cool,
Oh.
cool. Thank you.
I thought you were like weighing the scale of whether
No,
or not. I'm
no, I
like, who's
was
he
just-
comparing
no,
her
the
against?
Juno
right
girl.
now?
I was going through
Yeah.
the Rolodex in my head, like the name sounds familiar, but I got
God, how old
nothing.
are you?
I'm
Rolodex?
old, dude. I'm
you got
old.
a Rolodex?
Yeah, man.
Everyone
You
else just calls it their contacts app.
You ain't got a Rolodex? Joe, what was that UFO club you saw this weekend? This man. I keep coming back to you. You're like, I don't want to talk.
So
But
there
I'm
was
going to miss you.
no,
you know, I
no, no.
wanna-
So there is
Thanks, Dick.
this. So like I told you, there was the breweries don't open till 4:30 or whatever down in Memphis. But if you serve food, you can be open at 11:30 to serve food or beer. At this one place, they have what's called their UFO beer club, where in order to get basically a plate and they put it up on the ceiling with your name on it,
Yes, I've been there.
you have to have drank 200 beers at that place first.
Yeah.
So you have to drink 200 beers at that one place first, different beers, and then it goes up on the ceiling of their UFO club.
And there's a lot of plates.
The whole ceiling is covered.
It's like over 100, 150, I would
Oh, even more than
guess.
that.
Yeah.
How many taps does this place have?
They have 45 different taps.
It's a really. Hey, did you eat there?
I did eat there.
Yeah, it's good food too. I mean, I understand why there's people hitting that club because you go, you eat because they got the barbecue, they got the southern whatever like cornbread, all those like hearty things. So you go there and knock back 8 beers easy.
Do flights count?
Oh,
I don't know.
'Cause
I just
in that case,
know
you can knock that out
I
pretty
just
quick.
know it's like they have a
I feel
swipe
like that's
card.
cheating, though.
They have a
It's definitely
swipe card.
Oh, then it's not flight. Yeah, they're gonna do.
Flight
do
might be
pints at
one
that
or
point.
yeah.
That sounds pretty slick. Have you guys ever done like a challenge like that at a place? Because I did one back in my dude. You were struggling with this beer. I'm sorry.
It's
man.
so it's
that's
so
rough.
gross.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
gross.
you
Welcome
can
to the
stop. We only made it like 4 sips through.
Yeah, we did not finish. None of us finished that beer.
Just to let you know, and you're probably what, halfway?
Oh, I've got like one goal.
It's
left.
almost
All right, so you might as well just finish it now.
Yeah,
But
I'm not
yeah,
stopping now.
Just to let you know, we
Yeah.
only did like a couple sips.
That
each.
was the soberest the show has ever been, was when we had that beer, because all of us were
Ugh.
like, you guys didn't open your second one either? I didn't finish my first one.
Weak.
Also,
But what beer challenges are out there? at places?
I did one at there's a place in Cincinnati, Allen's Cafe, that did around the world in 80 beers.
Wait, you mean the Mardi Gras Cajun joint?
Yeah, with the big alligator.
I did not know that.
Yeah, around the world in 80 beers. I used to live in an apartment that was a block up from that, so I would walk down and
Damn,
and
for
do that.
real?
Yeah, it was.
We go there all the time. I
you
would
had
have
to
been
do
done
it-
by now.
You
if
had to
I'd
do it
known
within a
about that.
year. You had a year time frame to do it, and you had to drink 80 different beers. And if you did, you got your name on a plaque. The one that I always wanted to do was at Haps Irish Pub. They did a 10 pint club. You had to drink 10 Guinness. You were allowed the entire time they were open. You had to drink 10 Guinness. The only rules were you had to have a DD, and
It's a good rule.
Yeah.
It's a good rule.
and you weren't allowed to leave.
Looking
So,
at you, MLB.
you had to stay. You had to stay there until you finished your 10 or gave up.
That's fair. And honestly, at Haps, that would not be hard. Did you ever go there for the early morning
Oh, yeah.
soccer matches?
Well, not the soccer match, but I've been there
Oh,
early
dude,
morning
that was-
St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, he's been there early. Just why would you go for
It was just
soccer?
like Tuesday,
Because what better reason to get shit-faced drunk by 9 a.m.?
opening day.
regular days.
Regular days. Fine.
College.
College.
Joe, would you
oh,
watch-
right, because you
would
can only drink that early when you're in college.
Joe, would you
Yeah.
watch baseball or soccer?
Oh man.
All right, I'm glad that we segued
wow.
into this because I got a story.
Oh wow. Baseball or soccer?
Yeah. All right.
I
Who are you going to offend?
so okay. So are we talking pinnacle?
We're
Are we talking like
MLB.
Are we talking pinnacle like World Series versus World Cup? Or are we talking average day?
Not World Cup. That's once every 4 years. That's must-see entertainment no matter what. But we're talking like
That shit will win you trophies.
we're talking like Premier League championship
So, like,
versus World Series.
an average. Oh,
Just a regular
Prob-
EPL match.
Or okay, let's do that. Regular EPL
a regular Tuesday. Am I gonna watch baseball?
Yep, or
soccer?
or soccer.
Baseball.
Yeah, buddy. I'm feeling good. What's your soccer story?
Oh, all right, yeah.
Real
So this last weekend,
quick.
a dude in
Is it golden?
What?
Is it a golden?
A golden story?
Yeah. Is it nice?
It's a really good story.
It is nice.
It's a good
I
story.
think it's solid. So this weekend, a guy for Tottenham in the EPL, he played the entire match, and dude broke his arm 54 seconds into the game. He played the entire game, scored 2 goals, the second which being the game winner, and that entire match lasted almost just under 100 minutes with extra time. So dude broke his arm in the first minute, then played 99 more, scored twice, and won a very important match for his team in the league play. So for all those people saying soccer players are soft, like, I'm over it. Like, I've been over it for years, but I mean, you can't deny that. So.
I thought the story was going to be about the guy who bit the dude's penis in a fight after a match. That was that's what I thought that story was going. He's been banned from the league for 5 years because they got into a fight.
for 5 years.
Yeah,
You
they
can
got
come
into
back
a
later.
fight. yeah.
I'm gonna need you to repeat that real quick.
Got into a fight after the game. They were
two
in the parking
players?
lot. 2 players were fighting.
In the parking lot.
One dude came to break it up, and one of the guys in the fight did not take too kindly to this guy trying to break up the fight, so he bit his dick.
I
banned for 5
have
years.
so many questions.
Also, the guy who tried to break it up, suspended for 6 months. How do you get suspended for getting your dick bit?
oh,
Like that's a brutal.
he was the
punishment.
bitey, not the
Yeah.
biter, and he got suspended.
The biter got suspended for 5 years. The bitey got suspended for 6 months.
5 years. This is like that golf thing where that golfer
Yes.
got
Yeah,
2 years for
For
turning
flipping the
around
bird.
and flipping the bird.
which I think should be totally illegal.
Let's do
I mean,
last
come
call
on.
real quick. We're running out of time here on this show. Last call brought to you by Tavor. Again, use the code 258023 on the payments and credit screen. Get $10 off your second order. Stock up the beer fridge today with Tavor. This week's beer, we did Juice Junior from Great Notion Brewing. It is a damn good beer. Joe, what do you think of this one?
Real good.
Drew, how is it compared to Jersey Long Hots?
I still have so many questions about the biting.
I did throw that in at a weird time of the show.
yeah.
We could have really gone.
Like, how
off
does
on
one
that
go about that? Was he already down there and just kind of took advantage of a situation?
I mean, I wasn't there.
The important part, though, is Juice Jr. is amazing. I wish it didn't come from Portland because then we could get our hands on it much easier, but this is a high-quality beer, man.
Really good brew.
Yeah.
If you can find it, get it. This has been Last Call, brought to you by Tavor. Again, use the code 258023, get $10 off your second order. This is a damn good show, fellas.
Whoever made this long shot, whatever, they should have their dick bit. Actually, they should have to bite their own dick.
I want to say a special thank you to our guest for tonight, Ryan Willis. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate you calling in and helping us out. Good luck in the draft, and have lots of fun.
I don't give a damn about no damn Drake night.
Yes, sir.
This has been a fun show, fellas.
How are there no Drake sightings at the All-Star Game weekend? I didn't hear anything about him.
Because it wasn't in Canada.
So we finally stopped letting him in the country? Goodness.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for sharing out the show. We really appreciate it. Joe, we're going to miss you, man. Have fun with lacrosse. Good luck this season. Call in every once in a while. Like,
yeah, you know what,
call in. Don't be a stranger. That's what I'm saying.
We'll see what happens.
We're gonna figure out how this goes as we continue on without Joe for the next couple months. But in the meantime, you guys can follow the show on Twitter or Instagram at Craft Beer Sports. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can catch the Cincinnati Style Show that'll be dropping on Friday there. You already like us on Facebook, so keep doing that. Keep sharing out the show. We appreciate it. Subscribe, rate, review on anywhere you get your podcasts. It helps more than you know. Thanks to Clark. To Greg, Sports Dance Greg, Tank helping us out, sharing out the show, Tyson giving his usual crazy share that is degrading to all of us.
And join the other guy. Love it.
It's either the other guy or New Scott. That's what you're always referred to as.
I'll take either, man.
But thank you guys for helping us out. Thank you for sharing out the show. Keep doing it. Even though it's over, people can still see this and view it. So thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Cheers, everybody.
Peace out.